guys, coming to you live on a new Live to Me streaming platform. And so I thought I'd come on here and just have a play around. And while we're at it, let's bring you along. So if you are here with me at the moment, make sure to say hello in the chat and we'll get going. Okay, so here we are. I am going live. I'm testing out a new live streaming software, which is for Mac. I got a new computer last week and I had put live streaming on pause for the moment because the other streaming platform I was using had some price change, but discovered that Ecamm for Macs is another great way to go live. So I'm doing their 14-day free trial, and so we'll see how it goes. I hope you can hear me, and majority of the time when no one can, they're telling me that, Marianne, you're on mute. So I thought, well, what can we do? What can I show you guys? Well, let's see. I am going to show you, so do bear with me because I do have other things going on and I want to make sure it all looks good. I don't know what's going on, so just go, Marianne, everything's all right. Take it easy. Well, we've got you. So now, if you do follow me on Instagram, one of the reels I had, probably 3 or 4 reels back, I showed you this is a do-it-yourself task card. This idea was inspired by Maddie Plans here on Instagram, so make sure you do check it out. So what it is you got this little task card that is a credit card size, and then you can attach these sticky note flags, and I have 7 here, and lo and behold, this one that I bought from Daiso also had 7. It's the right width for it to fit this credit card size. And then I do use my Dymo Lettertag label maker to create the labels. And so here it is. I started adding the days of the week on the side of the sticky note flags, and then for each day I'm going to give myself a prompt. So this get things done, the first 2 of it is inspired by the book How to Get Things Done by David Allen, that it's important that you have a planning system, whether you use a digital planner or your planners and notebooks and journals, that it's a trusted system that you can go back to. And of course, writing your to-do list, writing your appointments, the bills that you have to pay, that you have somewhere a system that you can go back to and refer back to and go, all right, where did I write that down? Oh yes, it's in my planner, it's in this section of my planner. So then what I do with all those stuff is each day of the week, for most parts, when I'm being good at planning, is then I will go and use these prompts. So I'll show you a couple of ways that I use it. I use this prompt to remind me to, for example, Monday is go check your daily pages, your weekly pages, and your calendar. So essentially, I think the idea originally would be, instead of writing these prompts or reminders in your planner each and every day or every time, because we know we're already pressed for time, right? So you would take this sticky note flag and you would get your planner, and let's say we are planning for a Monday. So I'm in my A6 Muji notebook. Let's say I'm planning for the week, it's a Monday. Let's say this is a Monday, and then I would put that as the reminder to go and check my daily pages. But for me now, because I have, for most part, have built a habit of checking, on Mondays, my daily, weekly, and calendar, I just keep it on the task card itself, and then I would put that, in the pocket of my planner, and then when I'm planning my week, I will go, okay, I'll go and write that down on my planner pages. Now for me, I do love the art of writing, so I for some, you might go, you're wasting your time having to rewrite it. But it's important that when we do think of something and write it down and then read it again and be reminded of it, it helps retain the information a lot better, which means, you're not having to go, oh, what is it again that I'm supposed to do? Oh, and then, our brain's not meant to remember things. It's meant for creative stuff. So this is where a do-it-yourself task card. So you can have different task cards. Let me show you a few different examples that I have. If you're ever running out of ideas of what can I do to plan a, self-care, you can have a list of different self-care and you can rotate through them. Or if you are practicing a new morning routine, you can create a AM routine task card. So then that way, until you do it often enough that it becomes habitual, that you don't even have to remind it, because it's just second nature now that, when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you have a shower, you have breakfast, or you meditate, or you go for a run, or go for a walk, or read a book, or make your bed. Until you have that repetitive habit and routine, these task cards are great as a prompt. So then that way you don't have to go, what am I supposed to do again? But for me personally, the way I use these now, even though it is a lot of the things on here I do on a regular basis, not each and every day, but when things go out of whack, things are in disarray, an emergency come up that, knocks you off your feet, and you may have planned a day beautifully the night before and an emergency comes up, it's a great way to course correct or get you back on track. And you go, what am I supposed to do again? Okay, let's do a 5-minute reading just to calm ourselves down, a great, form of mindfulness, get you back into the present moment. So that's what I use the task cards for. And so with this one, I started, making it, and I had printed my labels again. For those of you that just tuning in, it is my Dymo Electrotag label maker. I have plenty of label makers here, and I just continue all these different things that I want to prompt. So there's some there, and then there's some more here. If you know all the different prompts ahead of time, try and print it all at once. So then that way, because if you stop and start, see how there's a bit of the sticky label that gives you a little bit of margin, and waste not, want not. So try and get it all in one. Okay, so what I'm going to do while I'm talking, and if any of you do have any questions, please keep me company, because like I said, I didn't expect anyone to be on the chat. But if you are and you want to say hello, let me know where you are tuning in from. I am here in Sydney, Australia. It's just about 15 minutes to 3 p.m. So I'm going to, for Wednesdays, what do I normally do on a Wednesday? See, I check my content planning. So I won't do all of it today, just so then you get an idea. And I guess it's also a great excuse or great topic to do or project while I am testing out the Ecamm live streaming software for, does that fit? Yes, for a Mac. All right, so then I use this little pointy tweezers, and with these labels here, the backing is split in two, so then you can go and it's a lot easier for you to peel the backing and then not put all your fingerprints on it. But when you're cutting it to this size like I am, and you've got long fingernails like I do, sometimes it does become a little bit difficult, because I don't want to touch the backing too much, because then you know how when you get fingerprints all over it, then the corner doesn't stick as well. Okay, so there we go. Hello, Kristen. How are you from California? Nice to see you. Oh, what time is it there? Let's see if this works. I'm going to see if this works. Ooh, okay. So thank you for allowing me to see. Now I can go and play around with it. Let me see if I can So yeah, so it's a new thing for me, which means let's see, does that work? Let's put you in. Yay! Look at that. And then I did use my coloring. Thank you so much for saying hello to me. I do appreciate it. And then now I won't know what to do after. I think they say it takes the comment section does come off after 15 seconds. So let's see how it goes. I hope you don't mind your name on there, but let me see. How do I do it? How do I take it off? I don't know how to take it off. Maybe do we just close it? No, because then that will close. See, I don't even know what I'm. Does it do it this way? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, we've done it that way. All right. So thank you so much. Hello. How are you? Let's see if this one works. Do I double click on it? Did it work? Or do I drag it? See? Thanks so much for helping me test it out. Oh, now all of it come on. All right, maybe it's not that one. So how do I do it? How do I do it? So it's not that one. One day I'll figure it out. Because I just I started the free trial today. How does one bring on a chat? I don't know. See, I love it. You're learning with me. Let's see this way. Does it? Let me. Okay. Look, we'll just play around with it. Okay. Hello, hello, and then let's see. Hello, the art room. How are you? Okay. So see, that's a thing for me to put on my to-do list. Is to try and figure out how to take things off the chat. Okay, so I'm using my tweezers. So on Wednesday, what I'm going to do is check my content planner. At the moment, I don't have a system. I sort of like create as I go, and I'm in a good position to be able to create as I go because I do plan each day and I'm planning. So for other content creators who have, to do quite a big project, it takes, you have to sort of do a planning, or what they call batching, where you plan and do a lot of content all at once. So let me show you the things that I do with these prompts. So on Mondays, I check my daily, weekly, and calendar pages. So what I will do is I'm going to move everything out of the way. I will go to my daily page. So at the moment, I am in my A6 Muji planner. I'll go back to the beginning of that previous week. And then I will check the page to see, is there anything on there that I need to cross off that I've completed? Maybe not do it because the time has passed, or I can't fit it into the new week because I have too much on my plate. Or do I need to what's called migrate it? So I'll put a little arrow and move it to the new week because it's still important. I still need to do it. I just maybe ran out of time or didn't get to do it. So I will go through each page. So if you have an A4 Happy Planner Classic, or a bigger size planner page, go through it. Is there anything that you missed out that you got to cross off that's a reminder? And then complete it, cross it off, arrow it. And here's what I do is I create a little marking. So for this one, I use my Hobonichi basic stencil, and it's got these little cutouts on there, and then I just use the star. And so I make a marking at the top right here to say, Marianne, you've checked this page already. No need to go over it again. So then, of course, that's a little bit, effective and efficient that I'm not having to go through it again and again. And then I would do the same for the the Tuesdays, the Wednesday, and everything else. Now, for some things that, for example, I want to mark it off, but there may be some things there that I don't want to technically move forward to the new pages, and I just want to keep it there. Maybe it's a long list and I don't want to rewrite it. Then that's when I'll use a sticky note flag. So then that way, if I'm going, oh, what's that little sticky note flag for? And it'll say, oh, yes, keep going with these tasks that you had written down. So that's a little great way. Let me know if you also do something similar where you make a marking. Sometimes what I'll also do is I'll just make a marking on the corner of a page, make a little dot. I saw this from someone in on YouTube a long while ago, and I wish back then that I did take note of who it was so then I could credit them. But yeah, make a little marking like that just to say, this page, I've checked it already. No need to check it anymore. The art room is saying, let's see. I'm trying to maintain a planner and a journal, but sometimes it gets overwhelming and feels like a task, even though I love it. Is there any tips or suggestions you have to help me with that? I'm the same way. So remember, you can only fit in what's within your capacity in that week. So if there's some things that you can't fit in, be kind to yourself. Be compassionate and give yourself some grace. As much as, of course, we'd love to get everything done, you'll see, and when I flip through the pages, I don't, because I know I can only fit in what's within my capacity, but also within my energy. So if I'm tired, sleepy, cranky, crampy, then some things aren't going to get done, or nothing gets done, and it's okay. So, but what you need to do, I'm going to see if I can do this change here. Yay! Maybe I'll step back a bit. I'm not made up, so my hair's greasy, my hair's a mess, and this is probably a 2-day-old shirt. So what you need to do is be intentional with planning it. So if you can only journal 1 to 2 times a week, then that's within your capacity, right? Don't go, I would love to journal each and every day, when if you're busy at work, you're busy with the kids, you're busy with, a project, then it's okay not to get it's not about getting everything done 100%, because you'll see I don't. I actually plan, not because I'm organized, I plan because I am not. And so when things are out of whack, disarray, it's what's going to lead me back, get me back on track, get me focused. So just don't, and of course the other thing is, don't compare yourself to anybody else, because we only see sometimes the beautifully curated pages. We don't see the pages that they don't fill in. And, so be kind to yourself. That is a really, really great question. Thank you so much, the art room. Hi, Siobhan, how are you? Let me see if this works. I'll figure something out how this is automatic. I am loving this view. This is awesome to see your face and your plan at the same time. Yeah, so it's nice, isn't it? Because when I first started Instagram, it was really a lot of only hands and top-down shots. But with now all these different softwares that you can do, and of course the the self-doubt and limiting beliefs that I can't do it, my hair's a mess. Showing up is more important than having a lippy. Although I'd love to, but everyone is having a nap, so it's quiet, so it was a good time for me to take advantage of the quiet room. So that's for the daily part. Okay, so again, for those of you just tuning in, this is my do-it-yourself task card that will help me prompt, or that help prompt me to check my planner in a more effective way. The weekly, same thing again. So if for the moment my weekly spread is in my A6 Muji. So this is the Muji notebook. Okay, so it's just a lined notebook. Look, I'm nearly finished it. And then I just divide it in half, find the middle, make a little pencil marking. But for the weekly spread, very, the Hobonichi week style, that with the horizontal line, again, I've divided into half using, dashed lines, make it pretty. Again, if you are finding planning your pages is a chore, then of course that's less likely for you to do it. So bring some joy into your planning with stickers, and actually taking the time to rule up your pages is a form of self-care and being mindful, because you're concentrating, you're getting your ruler out, and you're making sure it's in the middle. That's just keeping you focused in the present moment. So do not think that the planning is taking or is a waste of time. It was only probably a couple of years ago that I went, hang on, this is like as the art room said, this is something I enjoy. I shouldn't feel guilty about taking time to do it. It's just the same way that people who love to sew, people who love to do gardening, people who love to golf, people who love to run and cycling, that's their time. For me, for you and me, this is our time. Let's go and play around with our stickers and our washi tapes. Really, really important. You're very welcome. I wonder how it gets. Oh, maybe this one. Hey, I did it. I think I figured out. The correct button. You're very welcome, the art room. Thank you so much. Let's see. Then I think this is, and then it goes away. Hello, Yuri. Thank you so much for joining me. Nice to see you here on. I'm also, for those if you may not have realized, I'm on YouTube as well, so I can bring comments from YouTube as well as Instagram. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. I do appreciate you. Yes, we can hear you clearly and see you too. Hello. Thank you so much. Hey, woohoo! That's a win for me. I figured out how to bring the the comment section on screen. Okay, so then the other one is the calendar. So the reason why you should also be checking, how your previous week's pages, it just helps keep you on track. Because look, I don't get things done all the time. Where is my calendar? Okay, so then I'm going to have a look on here. Let's say, so last week, what was last week? Yep, I did my savings challenge. My son's had a school, he's a school leader for next year in his high school, and then there were other things. So you would go and cross that off, and then also it's a great opportunity to then check your calendar for the upcoming week. Oops, a bill's going to be coming out. I need to make sure that there's money in the funds, and then plan ahead, because the more you can plan in advance, the better, because then you are not trying to catch up. So that's the whole point of trying to plan, either the night before or the week before, although, well, I plan I plan the morning most of the time. But again, I look at planning not just as a have to, but I want to. And then that's where it also comes in. Earlier, the art room had asked, how do you balance planning and also your journaling? Is you got to make time. If you love it, it's important to you, you need to look after yourself. And that's your way of taking a break, relaxing, making sure, that I'm being looked after, because if I'm being looked after, then I can look after other people, so it's really, really important. All right, so that's one of the things that I do on a Monday when it comes to getting things done, right? And then the next one on Tuesday is I have my planner printable, which is the list of stuff as well as my projects list. Now I've moved back into my A5, so I do have my list of stuff in there, but at the moment it's blank, as well as a projects list in there. But for the moment, I have a list of stuff for my content planning, and I do keep that in my Filofax mold and organizer in the personal size. So I will have, I'll make this video available after the replay, and I'll have links to the things that I talked about, but you can check the description. So with the list of stuff, again, there is a detailed video on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet subscribed, would love for you to check me out over there as well. So the list of stuff, again, based on the David Allen's methodology, how to get things done, is if you have things you need to do, want to do, but don't know yet when to do it or what the outcome would be, but you need to write it down, or else you'll forget about it, or you'll try and take up a lot of your mind trying to remember it. I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And then, of course, you feel anxious, you feel overwhelmed, you get stressed, and you forget the important thing that you need to do today. So you need to have, it doesn't have to be a fancy, printable like this. It can just be a little notebook. Get your ruler and your pen and draw horizontal and columns. And so just write it down, whatever it is, just so then you park it. So think of this as like a parking spot for those thoughts that you don't know what to do with yet, but you know you want to do it, or maybe have a go at it later. So no, in no particular order, you just write it down as they come along. Now, if you don't have this on hand, you can use a post-it note and then transfer the information there. One of the things I sometimes do is I go and text myself. It'll be like, Marianne, go check out, find the answer to this or whatever. Or Marianne, here's a great video idea to do. I'll text myself and then I'll see my text and then I'll write it down here. So you write it down, and then the columns that I have on this particular printable download is I group the things that I need to do, want to do in a bucket or a collection, so that way it's a lot easier to manage it rather than just one big list, right? So for me, these ones could be my Instagram stuff, my online course stuff, my Shopify stuff, my learning, developing myself as a content creator, as a business owner, do things to help me be better, my reading and my learning. And then my orange stuff is YouTube stuff. So then let's say, oh, that is a great idea to make a video, maybe like, my office or my studio tour. I'll pop that down on this list, and then I will, put a little dot to which category it's for. And so when it comes to doing my checklist for on Tuesday, my list of stuff is I will go through this list and go, okay, out of these things, what have I completed? And the ones I've completed, again, because of the color really is just to make things pretty, because we need to make things pretty, because when you make things pretty, you're more likely to do it, especially if you love stationery and planners like I do. So get your colorful markers out and then just highlight. So I highlight mine, make a little X just to say, hey, that's completed, so I don't need to read over that again. So when I have to check it the following week, I don't have to read through these again, or all these other ones that I have highlighted. And then once I've highlighted the things I've completed for that new week, when I'm planning, I then go, okay, out of this thing, is there anything I can fit into this new week? So I would go down the list, and maybe what I'll do is that I'll choose 1 to 2 items from each collection or bucket, or maybe just 1 or 2. Again, depending on the capacity that you have within that moment. If it's a busy week, it's okay, you can't see your family and friends because you might be busy at work, or you might have a big project, or you might have to go on a holiday with the kids and your family. So certain things, it's just a matter of making sure that you don't neglect one area too much, too often. Okay, so the whole point of keeping things balanced is not that you have to get everything done 100% all of the time. It's just that when you start to see that, hey, I've been neglecting connecting with my family and friends, I might go give someone a call. Oh, hey, I've been spending too much, with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Maybe I'll go do some savings. Or, you know what? I haven't been reading and just taking time to nurture my mental well-being. Okay, so it's not about doing everything 100%. It's just making sure doing one bit at a time in each area. But again, be aware of the capacity, which is your workload, as well as your energy. All right, really important that you take into account the energy you have, because if you're really depleted and you're tired, maybe instead of doing a 45-minute workout, you just go out for a walk for 5 minutes. Okay, it's those sort of things. All right, so that's what I do, is then I'll look, okay, and maybe I'll go, okay, it says here a books tracker, and it's under the Instagram column. So I think that means that, hey, go show your books tracker on your next video reel on Instagram. So I'll probably write that down in my, weekly spread. Okay, and then the other thing on a Tuesday is my projects list. Again, please check my YouTube video. There is a detailed video talking about what a projects list is. So, according to David Allen's How to Get Things Done methodology, a project is considered, or a task is considered a project when it has more than one actionable step. So as soon as it involves two actionable step, physical actionable step, that's considered a project. Okay, so not the project in what we normally, project management. Because what happens when we don't get things done is because a lot of the things that we do is a big task, right? And so we might write on there, I always use this example, is we need to get the car checked, or, it's an annual or, half yearly maintenance. We've got to get the car checked and put into the mechanic. We'll put that on our list, and then we move it the following day, and we move it the following week, and then suddenly the car breaks down when we should have had it checked, 2 months ago. So breaking down your big task into small actionable pieces and considering it as a project will allow you to accomplish more things, because you're only going to do one thing at a time. So, for example, let's see, here's my YouTube video. So instead of going, it says here, YouTube video planner lineup for 2025. If I just put that on my to-do list, that's going to be overwhelming for me because it's just a big task. So I broke it down. I need to gather my planners. You need to write out my outline. I need to write out my script. I need to do my video of my front-facing camera, do the top-down camera, edit the video, right? So I was just doing one thing at a time. It's not all going to get done in one day, but then I see a sense of accomplishment because I have ticked something off my list. So, a lot of times here it says started on the 24th of October and I didn't get to finish it until the 26th. But I got one thing done. So that's my projects list. Any task that you have that involves more than two physical actionable steps, and if it can't get done, within a day or half a day or 5-10 minutes, put it down on your projects list, because it's okay to actually do just the one thing today, then maybe you got to do the next thing the following day. Okay, so that's what I do when I check my projects list. So then for the new week, I will go on my projects list and go, okay, what hasn't been completed yet? What's this one? A video workshopping how to create a planner insert. All right, see this one, I've been having this on my list for a while. At the same time, I gotta feel it, because it causes, if there are things that cause you anxiety, maybe you have to breathe and give yourself a little bit of grace, so then that way you are not stressing yourself out. Now I am getting a little bit warm because the light, so I bought myself this cheap fan from Daiso, because I do have I do have a handheld fan as well, but it does get a little bit noisy with the motor going, so I bought myself a little fan to cool myself down. All right, and then today, if you do watch this a little bit later, I added the content planning on my list. Although it is Friday, I'm a bit behind because last week I moved my studio around. This week I waited for my new computer to arrive, and then of course I had to wait to buy the hubs or the dock, to be able to plug in all my cameras and my microphone. So I've been a few days behind, but that's okay. I gotta go with my own pace. I'm not in a race with anybody else. The only time that you should be sort of questioning, Marianne, what are you doing? What's going on, right? Is if then the not doing the things that you say is causing you guilt, I haven't done any self-care, or I didn't follow up with a friend, or I said I was going to do this and I didn't do that. The time you sort of need to question is, okay, Marianne, are you serious about doing this right now? Because you can actually, you say to yourself, like, I want to go and do more exercises and lose weight, like, I think in next in January I'll be 50. And I sort of went, I haven't planned anything for my birthday, right? Because I'm there going, maybe I'll have a birthday party when I'm skinnier. Which will be when I'm 52, because I don't think I'm going to lose the weight that I want in a month's time, and I'm not going to put myself through that pressure. So maybe that goal of trying to fit into my clothes in the way that I want, maybe I might be able to do it in the next month, because it's not possible. It's not realistic, right? So you got to have realistic goals. So it's really important that if there's anything on your to-do list that is causing you anxiety, park it, leave it until when you're ready. Okay, so with content planning, what I'll do today is I'll just review what videos I need to create for YouTube, what reels and posts that I need to create for Instagram, and then the other things on here, which I won't do now on camera because I know we have been together for a little bit now, for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the other things that I have, so after planning for my content, then I'm going to most likely script, film and edit the video idea that I have so I think it's this one. Oh no, I think I missed this one. On Thursday is then I'll make sure I plan my community. So I have a Plannerettes community. It's free. I'm slowly building that up and making sure I'm giving regular prompts of things to do to look after yourself, things to make sure that you are putting the oxygen mask on yourself first, because you will know you won't be any good to anybody else if you're tired, you're cranky, you're hungry, you lack of sleep, or you haven't added any movement into your day, or you haven't checked in with your friends. Okay, so little reminders like Mindful Mondays, Wednesday wins, Fun Fridays, and Self-Care Sundays. So if you haven't yet joined, it's in my link in my bio on Instagram, and I think it's also in the description now. I think I added it onto YouTube. So make sure, come and join me over there. So we're slowly building up. Everyone's still a little bit shy. I'm the only one I feel, that's stalking in there, but a lot more people are engaging, and it's a great opportunity for you to also give your ideas and be an inspiration to someone else. Because do you know, by helping others, you are helping yourself, because it brings you joy. It gives you those dopamine hits, right? It makes you feel good to be able to go, oh, you know what? Someone was inspired by my planner page, or someone was inspired to also get outside for a walk. So engagement is not just a one-way street, that you're doing this so then you can get something out of it. It's also giving, and that's where community and that accountability will help you and your well-being and your self-care. So come and join me over there. We're getting a little bit more vocal and engaging. So that's for the engagement and community. So that will be for technically Thursday, but I'll probably catch up on a lot of this very, very soon. And then on Friday, script and film and edit on Saturday, and then on Sunday, create and send out my newsletter and my blog article of whatever's topic of the week, du jour of the du jour is day, isn't it? I was going to say day of the day. That doesn't make sense. So there we go. So these are do-it-yourself task cards. These plastic things are off-cut from laminated sheets of other projects I have, but you can also use cardstock, a nice, printed paper, your kids' toy plastic sheeting, cut it to a credit, grab yourself a credit card or a store card. Let me see. Right, so this is my public transport card. Measure it, cut it to size. If you've got a corner chomper, cut the corners so then that way you don't spike yourself, or just get your scissors to round off the corners. And then these sticky note flags are readily available. Again, this idea was inspired by at Maddie Plant, so make sure you do check her out on Instagram. I think she sells these. I don't know if she sometimes she might have some stock available. I think she has an Etsy store, so do check that out. You can have different colors, different width. So we have my get things done checklist. I have my self-care checklist. What else do I have? I have my what I need to do midday, what I need to do in the evening, and I think this one I have to redo this, but this is the sort of topic that I would want. I was posting on Instagram, so I have to get back in the habit of getting these on a regular basis. So then that way, when you do visit my Instagram page, you go, oh, okay, it's a Monday. She's going to show us her new weekly spread. It's a Wednesday. She's going to show us her expense tracker. But yeah, so it's a matter of just getting yourself into a habit of checking your planner, having a look what needs to be done. But most importantly is you need to put yourself on top of that list. Out of those 1, 2, or 3 top priorities, what is it that you are doing for yourself? Are you if you sit at a desk, have you stopped and done your deep breathing? Have you gotten up and done your stretches? Have you gone and drank some water? Made yourself your favorite coffee or favorite drink? So take it easy, enjoy the planning, and if you do miss a day, if you do miss a week, it's okay, because each and every day, each and every week is not the same. Some days are busy, some weeks are busy, and look, this was November 9th to 10th. That's my morning journal page. I didn't do it, and I'm okay with that, because guess what? I can put a washi tape to make the page pretty and make it look like I didn't miss a thing. I was enjoying my weekend. So I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. And if you are here on Instagram, hello, make sure you follow. And if you are watching from YouTube, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do. And please, if it's okay, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that you like my page and hopefully show it to you more often than not. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye.